All right, so triple threat. What are we proposing with this? A three-part challenge, and can be done many ways. There's been a few people already speculating they want to include the distance component with the climbing component. But each one of these, and as we put out in the information, there is a time trial segment, 3 kilometers. There is a choice of a distance, 100, 150, or 200 kilometers. And then there is a climb piece, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 meters. So you choose one of your categories, piccolo, medio, and forte, and that's the rollout. So you'll notice with all of that though, the time trial portion is all 3 kilometers. It's just one fast, little blowout effort, and that's what our indoor portions of this are going to focus on. Fast legs, fast body, trying to improve your ability at a short distance. And for a lot of us, if you don't come from the sport, you may have done this in another sport, but if you don't come from the sport of cycling, you may not have spent any time really trying to work on speed. So we're gonna do a little bit of that. And just to think about it as we finish rolling our legs over, a couple more minutes, just to think about it, doesn't make much difference in time, but it's gonna be vastly different in the feeling, what your capability is. We're talking about a 3 to 6, we're talking about, well, I don't think anyone's gonna do 1 minute, or is it 3 minutes, excuse me. I don't think anyone's gonna do 3 minutes, 60K an hour, but there'll be lots of you that wanna give a go at 40K an hour, and we're talking about a 4.5 minute effort there, and a little bit slower. You're coming down in time. As I say, not that much, but it's the challenge is that you're trying to really get those top speeds for this short little time trial. Okay, so right now, first thing we're gonna attend to, we work on it all the time, but a really important part of this is gonna be leg speed. We'll talk about that. You're not gonna get your maximum speed, your maximum power, if you can't turn over a big gear pretty quickly. So we're gonna work on leg speed with very little gear. Everybody make sure that you're in something well below your 50%. Make sure you're comfortable, not boiling hot in your place of business there. So get some fans on, get some windows open, and make sure you're giving yourself a fair chance in this hard little set, okay? Easy gear, nice turnover to start. Let's everybody make sure you're between 80 and 90 RPM while you're in this easy gear. And this is something, it's a use it or lose it. So if you're not working on leg speed, you might find you ride all summer, you're out on rides, whatever it is, and then you feel like you've lost a little bit of your top end. We're gonna work on that, okay? Easy gear, 80 to 90 cadence. I'm gonna drop mine because I'm already creeping up to 100. Nice and relaxed in the upper body, and we're gonna bring it up each minute until we hit around a top RPM. So we're starting in 10 seconds from this comfortable 80 to 90 RPM. We're gonna bring it up 5 RPM at a time. So that's a very subtle increase each time I say. First minute, we're into it, 80 to 90 RPM. Nice and in control. When we're working on these hard efforts and we're trying to explore how we can best generate the power, we need the ability to turn the legs over. You're going to increase in 30 seconds to a 95 RPM, Meaning if you got a little bit, if you've got your start closer to 80, you got a big increase here. You're getting into it for real. 10 seconds, bringing it up to 95. Watch that gear is easy. Ankles moving, relax upper body. 2, 1, 5 RPM. Bring it up. These little 5 RPM increments are really magic to be able to play with when you feel it. It's only about a pedal stroke more every 15 seconds. So it's that gentle pushing in to the pedals when you need a little bit more speed, a little bit more power. Holding at your 95. We're going to bring it up to 100 next. In 15 seconds. That little subtle increase that you want to have just tuned into your perceived ability, perceived effort. In 3, 2, 100 RPM. Up, up. Each time there's a little increase, check in with yourself. Stop before you crank it up too hard. Lots of us ride for real at this RPM outside. Maybe not all the time, little pieces. Being able to do it, certainly important. Okay, 15 seconds, 105. Still in an optimal range. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 105 RPM. Little lift. Getting used to those tiny little pushes up in leg speed. And settle in. Easy gear. If you've come up as the bike warms up, anything like that, just back the gear off a little bit. This is just about the neuromuscular activation, not about having a big push. 105. Another useful cadence outside on the road bike. For sure gonna use it here and there. Next one though, pushing into the overreaching. And probably for some of us, gives a little spike. In 2, 1, 110 RPM. Quick feet. I find around here, I like to look down, see that I've hit my number. It's not as easy to feel because it's not in my normal bandwidth. It's a little bit over, but I don't look at it all the time. Check in, look away, see how you're doing by feel, by holding it. You're gonna do one more, even harder this one. Coming up in 10 seconds, 15. Last one in this ramp. Ready? In 3, 2, up, up, 115. Nice and quiet in the upper body. Quick feet. Feeling that whole circle. Awesome, guys. Awesome riders. Keep it going. Another 30 seconds. Feels a little awkward. Hold it right here. 20 seconds to go. and we'll drop back to resting. Stay right there. Stay right there. 15. Awesome job, everyone. Last 10 coming up. Knees turning over quickly. Last a little bit. 3, 2, 1. Easy. Drop back to where you're comfortable. We're going to do that one more time, but we're going to do it just a quick ramp where I'm cueing you up, up. Each time up, up. 5 RPM. We'll start again from your comfortable beginning kind of range. 30 seconds. So as we've talked about many times, the reason to develop your leg speed is to give yourself more places to work from, not always just bringing up a gear, playing around with the different combinations. You'll learn to feel it dictated a bit by terrain, by the feeling in your legs, different days. All right, from your comfortable cadence, no more than 90 to start with. Here we go, this is a quicker one. 90 RPM. Watch that your gear's not too high. Rolling it up. Trying to get in touch with this feeling. 90. I'm going to say up, up. That's going to be 95. 3, 2, up, up. A little squeeze into the pedals. Think about your knees coming around a little bit more quickly. Feet coming around a little bit more quickly. 95 RPM. We're going to do another click up in speed, not gear. 100. Coming up. Up, up. 100 RPM. Each time you hit your number, just bring your shoulders down, bring your eyes up, feel the leg speed. Just over 10 seconds. Next one is going to be 105. Getting ready? 2, 1, up, up, 105. Still a useful cadence. Not at most of our spiking levels. Some people new to riding are going to spike very low in the cadence change. It's not like we just naturally roll out on a bicycle and have this capability. 105, holding it right there, and now a little bit of overreaching. Up, up. 110, catch it, hold it. Nicely done. Nicely done, riders. One more. Coming up. 115 is going to be the next one. Quick feet. In 2, 1, up, up. Settled in the saddle, settled in your core, holding yourself nice and strong for the last 15 seconds here. Really good, riders. Less than 10 now. Hold on to it. In 3, 2, and let it go. Easy, easy. Good job, everyone. Just enough gear that you feel the blood pushing around now. When we're riding around 115 RPM, can commiserate with some of our track friends, do their events at that leg speed and higher. Doesn't mean it's doable for everybody. We have to learn it, work on it. The main piece of this workout is going to be these blocks of work at high output. A little bit of recovery in between and trying to push them up as we go through the minute, okay? So a lot by feeling, even though we're gonna start at a number. This next piece of work is getting us ready for doing the hard work. You're going to do a piece at 70%, just below your functional threshold, and we're going to do an adjustment again through our cadences, but this time we're going with the increased push when we increase the cadence. Those of you who are on trainers that are going to keep adjusting, bring up the wattage, bring up the gear, bring up the resistance for that little piece when we increase the cadence. You're going to start at 80 RPM. You're going to bring it up to 70% of your MAP, or just use the guideline of being a little bit below your hour power, okay? We're going to work into this through our cadences, again, but quite a different feeling. You're going to be at 70%. We're going to start in less than 30 seconds. Have a little drink. 80 cadence, I said, remember? Drop the cadence now. Bring the gear up. I am going to just cue you through this. You'll spend a minute and a bit at each cadence, and then a minute at the increases, holding on to that output best you can. Here we go. 70%. Getting yourself a really solid preparation for doing these hard efforts. When you do a time trial, for real, it's a big part of it. Learning what we call a warm-up protocol, what your body needs, what your head needs, how you want to do it, very personal, often affected by age and experience, of course. How quickly you warm up doesn't mean you can't hit the numbers. You just might need to warm up for it a different way. Those of you striving for that 50K an hour for the 3K are going to want to be warmed up. Okay? We're going to do an increase in 30 seconds. You're going to bring up the cadence and add a little bit of wattage if your trainer adjusts to the cadence. So this is working through a range with little pushes in it so that we can get our legs properly prepared. 1 minute coming up, okay? 10 RPM higher in 2, 1, up, up. Relax into it. It's gonna put you up to hour power or more just for this little piece. Really good. Hold on to it. Hold on to it. 90 RPM, somewhere around your hour power now. You've brought the effort up, and now you're gonna drop your gear a little bit back to your 70%. In 2, 1, holding that 90 RPM. Good, recover, recover. More leg speed, getting comfortable with it. Hold it right here. Hour power, exactly like it sounds. Riding at your fastest for an hour. What would be that wattage for you? What would be that speed on the bike for you? Obviously, that's going to be determined by terrain as well. And an hour, as hard as you can go on the flat, very different. And for most of us, I'm going to suggest harder than doing it on a hill. All right, in 20 seconds, you're going to bring it up to 100 RPM. It's going to push you up again in your effort. If your trainer doesn't allow you to do that, then just bring in some wattage so you're at least at your 75%. In 2, 1, 100 cadence. Up, up. This block, all meant not just for the training effect, but also to help you feel what you need for warm-up if you were to be trying to do one hard effort. One more minute right here. Sorry, we're dropping the gear a little bit first. So let's bring a little bit of gear off. 70%, 100 cadence. Feel your legs relax a little bit. And one more minute here. Awesome, riders. Nicely done. Any of you starting to ride a bit of off-road, these little changes in your cadence, really, really valuable when the surface of the road changes a little bit. 30 more seconds. This next one, we're just coming up 5 RPM. Let's make it not too much. Still in a good range there. From 100 to 105 on my cue, and you're gonna let the wattage come up or use your device to bring it up. 75 and a bit. 2, 1, up, 105 RPM. Really good, riders. Another 30 seconds. Another 15. Then we're gonna bring the gear back a little bit. Back to our 70. Come on, riders. 5 seconds. And in 2, 1, hold that cadence. Little bit of gear off. 70%. We're towards the top end of this now. We're gonna do one more. So get ready for it here. Recovering at different leg speeds. Nicely done. Another minute, and then another push. A lot different, going to your 110 leg speed from this amount of gear, this amount of resistance. Very unlikely you're going to be doing this on a hill, getting that sort of leg speed when you're on an incline. Practicing it for the flat. And we'll talk about that too. Job, everyone. Good job. Less than 30 seconds. Last push. Up into 110. It's gonna happen in 15. Hang out here for now. Gonna bring that wattage up using our leg speed or helping with our device. In 2, 1, 110 RPM. I want you to see FTP or more, 75% or more. Nicely done, everyone. Stay with it. Stay with it. Another 15 seconds. Awesome. Hold on to it. 5. And then you're going to carry the leg speed, little lower gear, just to finish it off. 110 leg speed. Back the gear off a little bit. Last minute. Recover, recover as best you can. 45 seconds. Nicely done, come on. Hold on to it. Give me another 30. Eyes up. Flat road. Probably a higher cadence than you would be riding, but you know you can do this, which gives you much easier time at the slightly lower cadences. 10 seconds. Come on. 5, 3, 2, 1. Easy. Back it off. Okay, just easy pedaling while I describe the next piece. Now, a time trial for any of you that have experienced it in a sport before or in a cycling event is against the clock. So it's you going as fast as you can from A to B. What we're working on here is that top end, because as I said, 3 kilometers, some of you will be going 40K an hour, some of you 30, maybe a couple 50, some of you 20. Doesn't really matter. You're just trying to do your best effort and improve on that ability. Why bother with being faster in a short expanse? Well, it translates. You're developing speed, and you're developing speed that will carry over to your longer events. Times that you might need it, times that you might want it, rather than being totally locked in to your 20-something or 30-something kilometers an hour. You're teaching your body a little bit more, and like everything else, you can utilize it, you can bring it in on occasion, and it's fun. It's exciting as well. It's exciting to see the improvement. You can develop speed even after many years of riding. For some people, it just hasn't even really been tried. So this workout, we're going to do sets of 3 1-minute efforts. The first one, you're going to start out at your 85% number, and each 15 seconds, I'm just going to ask you to push it up. Okay? So you're starting out at this base. We'll give lots of time to get into it so you don't waste the minute, and then you're going to push it up, up, up. There will be 1 minute off between. Get your recovery, and then we'll do the same thing 3 times, and then a break. Then we're going to go from a higher gear, and then a higher gear again in the 3rd set. Okay? So the work duration is not that long, but it's hard, and the recoveries between what we call sets is quite short. Okay? So get yourself ready. We're going to go in 40 seconds with the first ones. Now, if you're on a device that isn't going to let you do the increases in cadence, generating increases in power, sorry, these are cadence, this is power, then do this whole thing around 90%, okay? Same for down here, 95, same for down here, even pushing over your MAP. Okay, so take an average so that you're getting the work in. Ready to go in 10 seconds, preferred cadence, using your knowledge from all the work we've done in warm-up, bring that gear up, and in 2, 1, getting into our first minute. You find a cadence that works for you. I'm going to cue you up. 15 seconds right now. Up. Awesome. Eyes up. You're going to lift it again at halfway. Up. Come on. Big power now. Less than 30 seconds to go. Keep it going. Last lift. Up. Come on. Drive it to the line. 15 seconds. Push. All the way. Hold on now. 3, 2, 1. Easy. Recover. Bring it right back down. First little bit, soft pedaling, which means very, very little behind the pedals. You use that when you're sometimes riding in a group, trying to maintain the speed without pushing, opening up gaps. Soft pedaling moves the blood around without any stress. Okay, you've got less than 30 seconds. Second go round. Find your preferred cadence. Play with your preferred cadence. This is you learning how to get the most speed out of yourself. I would prefer you to be looking at a speedometer than any sort of wattage or power cues. We'll talk about that for next set. Going in 3, going in 2, going in 1. 1 minute. Come on. Starting 85%. We're going to keep lifting it. Big push. First lift. Up. Come on. Nice and quiet in your upper body. Everything moving forward. Halfway through, coming up. Up. Come on. Keep pushing it up. Keep pushing it up. Come on, you got this. Last 15 seconds, just around the corner. And there it is. Come on. Push to the line. Push to the line. All the way now. Come on, these are hard. These are hard. 3, 2, 1. Soft pedal. Back it right off. Back it right off. In the warm-up, you played a round at a much lower output, starting from 80 RPM. This is where knowing yourself, knowing your range and what feels good, you can be riding at 80 something to start with, riding at 100 to start with. We're going in 30 seconds. Start finding it again. Play with your gears. And as I said, you have a speedometer. Look at that. Let's try and keep pushing the speed up. That's what's important. You're going in 15 seconds. Find your gear. Find your gear. Just over 5. In 3, 2, 1. Come on. Third one. Push it. Push it. Gonna get that first increase right now. Push it up. Push it right through to 30 seconds. Awesome, guys, come on. Next lift is coming at 30. There it is. Come on. 30 seconds to go. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Hold on to it with me. Last corner coming up. Last 15. All the way. Come on. 10. Come on, guys, do it. Do it. 5. Cross the line. 3, 2, 1. Easy. Start out soft pedaling. Now Now, you're familiar with the difference between aerobic and anaerobic, although the starting point here is still aerobic. Anaerobic is really when we get into our sprint levels, but you're getting closer. If you're not used to it, it feels very different, very difficult. So, short time trials, TTs are loved by some. They hurt everybody, but they're a super good challenge. When you're choosing your course, obviously flat for most people, bye-bye, flat is going to be, well, it's going to be the choice. And you want flat uninterrupted. You can think about things like wind, riding into a tailwind. Not such a good idea. That's going to affect your ability to maintain speed. Same time, sometimes riding with a tailwind is actually, although yes, fast, hard to get your best effort out. It sometimes tricks you into thinking you're pushing hard enough when you actually are getting pushed by the wind and you're maybe not doing your best output. I remember doing a time trial many years ago, team time trial in Regina, going into a headwind, 19K an hour, and then with the wind, 62K an hour. So it can be vastly different if you're in a windy place. Our next ones here, again, the speed component is ideally what you want to be thinking of. You are trying to go fast. You're learning what you can do. You're learning about ideal leg speed for this because you want to get it right. It's just like someone doing a pursuit on the track. They have a gear and a cadence, and they know that's what they'll get their optimal time at. So right now, choose your cadence. We're starting these ones at 90% over your 85. Those of you with the trainers that adjust, you're doing it at 95. Bring it up now. We're going in 5 seconds. All right. 2, 1. Up, up. Giving yourself room to lift the cadence if you're doing it that way. First increase. Right now. 45 seconds to go. Come on. Push it up. Awesome. Get a little fierce. You got 30 seconds. You should feel all the muscles engaging. Up, up. Keep it going. Almost at that last corner. Last corner. 2, 1. Come on. 15 seconds. 15 seconds. All the way. Past your little finish line. Come on. 5, 3, 2, and across the line. Recover. Recover. Good one. So obviously, watching your power go up is an indication you're moving the bicycle more quickly, especially in a controlled environment, which we call indoor cycling. Controlled environment, you don't have the wind, you don't have the terrain, you don't have those things. But also, thinking about speed, as I say, really important in achieving your best results in this challenge. You're going in 15 seconds. You know what that one felt like. Felt harder to me than the first set. Got 2 more, and then our last set. All right, going in 5. You've got your choice of cadence. You're playing around with it. 2, 1. Here we go. Come on. Settle in. Settle in. Getting ready to lift it. Up, up. Come on. Keep pushing. Keep pushing through that wall. You got it. You're going to be halfway right now. Up, up. Come on. Get a little arrow. Think about speed. Keep it going. Last corner coming up. Push. Push. 15. Come on, everyone. Eyes up. Look where you want to go. Less than 10. 5, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Recover, recover, recover. First a little bit easy. Legs back underneath you. The idea here, as I said, at 60K an hour, you would be riding 3 minutes for this. 30K an hour, 4.5. Okay, last one of this set, going in 20 seconds. This way you're taking a break, you're challenging your speed ability, but you're pushing it to where you want to be for a whole 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. Going to go in less than 5. All right, choose that cadence again, choose that gear. In 2, 1, here we go. Come on, get after it. Feel the speed. Feel it coming up. There's your first 15 seconds. Keep it going. Stay in control. You've got over 30 to go. There's your 30. Come on. Eat up the road. Eat up the road. Last corner's coming up. Come on, guys. All together now, 15 seconds. Push, push. 10. Right across the line. 5, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, recover. Easy break here. Some riders who really like time trialing, often they just developed an ability to lock in to a certain, I'll call it suffer zone, and play around that. It's a personal challenge. There's no strategy really. Well, there's strategy for yourself, but there's nothing dependent on anything anyone else does. There isn't the recovery we all like from time to time. And a bit of an art. You've seen in the big races, big events, the tours, there's always some sort of time trial. Quite often they start with a prologue, very short, like what we're doing. Usually not quite this short. This is truly like a pursuit. Men's team pursuit does 4K, women's team pursuit 3. But they're hard, very hard. We're going in a minute again. So just regroup a little bit more. I suggest from soft pedaling you start to feel a little bit of gear again. Bring a little bit in, have a drink. We're going after these next 3 at our maximum capability. Remember, maximum aerobic power is the end of your test. but it's 10 out of 10 for your aerobic scale. If you're starting there, you're definitely going to be touching into your anaerobic at the end. Let's see what you can keep up for power. If you're watching your speed, use that as a gauge. Everyone ready? Think about your cadence. Think about what you're trying to do here. This is about trying to go fast. Fun. 15 seconds. Bring the gear up. Bring the gear up. We're starting in less than 10. Almost all the way there now. In 3, 2, come on. Big one now. Push, push. Using your power as a guide. Trying to push the speed up each time. There you go. Lift it. More than 15 done. Come on. Get a little arrow. Drop the shoulders. Almost at halfway. Pushing it up. 30 seconds to go. Come on, guys. Squeeze it out. Squeeze it out. Awesome. Last corner coming up. Eyes up the road. 15 to go. Come on. Come on. Legs are soggy. Push them through. 10 to go. 5, 3, 2, 1. Good one. Okay. Less than a minute. 2 to go. Really good, riders. Don't be afraid of it. There's no failing. If you crack a bit at the end, I'm gonna say I cracked towards the end of that one. Helps you learn your limits. Helps you push your limits. We're going in 15. Same thing. 2 more like that. Seems way harder than it looks. Okay? Let's get her going in 3, in 2, in 1. Here we go. 1 minute. On, push, push. Feel those hamstrings, big butt muscles. You've got 15 under your belt. Come on. Get arrow. We're looking for speed, remember. 30 seconds in. Keep winding it up. Come on. Almost at the last corner. 15 to go. Come on. Up, 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 up. All the way. 10. Come on. Squeeze that last bit out. 5. 2, 1, done. 1 to go. Okay, regroup. I tried that one. Little lower cadence, bigger gear. I think it felt better to me as I get into the higher outputs, recruiting strength, a little less cardiovascular. I find works for me. You're exploring what works for you. Less than 10 now, okay? Find your cadence. Start bringing gear in. Last is fastest, okay? In 2, in 1. Here we go. Last 60 seconds. Eyes up. Reaching for that 45K an hour. 15 seconds done. Come on. Up, up. Keep it going. Halfway. 46K an hour. Come on. Push it. See that last corner? You're gonna kick in 5. Last 15 seconds coming up. Here you go. Come on. Let's try and see 50. 10. All the way. Come on. 5, 3, 2, 1. Get the gear off. Recover. Recover. Oh, back that gear right off, but keep the legs turning over. I want you to sit, keep the blood moving around. There's a reason when you do these kind of workouts that you don't do a ton else around it. Focus on these short, hard pieces. And there's a lot of studies and information that have gone on over the past decades about keeping your speed, about the effect that all these kinds of training have on your overall, your endurance capabilities even, building the system, balancing it, giving you more tools. Good job, everyone. And we're gonna call that type 2 fun. Type 2 fun is the kind of fun that's only fun when you're done. Type 1 fun, you're riding along going, this is really fun. Type 2 fun, you want it to be over. But it all ends up going to a good place in the end. So nice, easy pedaling, bring it no higher than your 50%, but whatever you feel you need. And when you're doing your triple threat, if you've done your time trial, and whether you're one of those people talking about doing the Forte 200K, 3,000 meters all in one day, or spreading it out, or you're doing the 100K, 1,000 meters, 2 different days, you need to make sure that after an effort like this, you're getting yourself recovered, turning your legs over. There's a lot that the lactic will do to make you feel blocked for the next day. So give yourself a little chance here for this session, and until next time, that's a wrap.